Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today it is time for an empties video. These are all my empties from September. In September I think I only emptied like one thing out, so more like October, but yeah, October through December empties. And I am also doing a full year empties video, like everything I emptied out, skincare, makeup, everything. So this might seem a little redundant, like why am I doing this and a full year one? I like to see how much I emptied out in a certain amount of time, just for my own selfish purposes. And I also like to get into more detail in this type of a video with these certain products. Whereas the year-long one, I might just be glossing over things a little bit quicker. Let's just dive right in and see what I emptied out since September/October. I'm gonna start with skincare. I emptied out another one of these. This is just a generic baby wash from Aldi's that I use to wash makeup off. I also use it on my kids, so just finished up another one of those. Very, very cheap. It's like less than $3, so that's what I've been using to wash my makeup off at night. And I'm really excited about this one. This is the Neutrogena Oil-Free Eye Makeup Remover. And this I've had in my stash for so many years, like years and years and years, and I could never seem to finish it. And finally did. It is a really, really nice eye makeup remover. The thing is, I just didn't need it because I use this. However, I did use it to like wash makeup brushes. It was really, really good at taking out like extra foundation and all that cakey stuff from your brushes. So I did use it for that, and even cleaning up makeup products that had like gook on it. I found this very useful for that as well. So I also did, use it for eye makeup remover. It is really, really gentle and a really, really good one if you're looking for a good eye makeup remover. So check it out. It is oil-free. Been around for a while, this product on the market, so it's definitely available. I used up this e.l.f. Super Clarify Cleanser with clarifying niacinamide. I honestly could just use this, and I have been using just a baby shampoo if I felt like washing my face. This is just like an extra thing I kind of threw in at one point because I kind of missed using a facial cleanser. This product is nice. It is very gentle. There isn't really a fragrance to it that I can really say what it is. It's kind of almost fragrance free, I think. The only thing I don't really care about with this is the opening is way too wide, and I much prefer a flip top over one you screw on. The product just pours out, so I don't really love that. It wasn't a huge deal, but that might stop me from getting this again, because honestly, if I'm in the shower using it, a flip top would just be quicker, and I don't want all this product flying out of it. So that's the only thing with this, but it was decent cleanser overall, very gentle, but I won't be repurchasing it. I'd probably go with something else next time. All right, so for hair products, I emptied out the L'Oreal Everpure sulfate-free shampoo. This is the Frizzify shampoo. I think this is a great drugstore shampoo if you're looking for sulfate-free, gentle shampoo. I try to get shampoos that are sulfate-free because I do color my hair, but I also don't like sulfates in general. I think they're supposed to be very drying for your hair and stripping, and I do not need that with the kind of hair that I have in general. I have a very like coarse texture on top of it being color treated. So I definitely go for shampoos like this. I have gotten this in the past, really like it. I do need to change things up once in a while because that's just me. I like a little bit more variety. So I went with something different this time around. But this is a really good shampoo. I really like it. I also finished up this Aveeno shampoo. This is their apple cider vinegar blend, Clarify and Shine. I went with this because this also is no sulfates. It doesn't have dyes in it, parabens, but again, the main thing for me is the no sulfates thing. And I liked it. It was fine. I wasn't like crazy about it. It did the job, but I don't know. Something about this brand in particular for shampoo, besides the no sulfate thing, I don't know. That was like probably the only thing about it that really drew me in. Yeah, it didn't smell quite as sour as real apple cider vinegar, but it still smells like apple cider vinegar. So if you're not into that, don't get this. But for sulfate free, it was fine, but I just wouldn't get this again. It's nothing like super special. I almost felt like this stripped my hair a little bit quicker than other sulfate free shampoos. I don't know, but not something I would get again. And then I finished up this conditioner. This is the Love Beauty and Planet Muro Muro Butter and Rose Blooming Color Conditioner. I've had this for much longer than I did the shampoo in the same line. Always use up the shampoos first. So this was fine. I didn't think this was a really great conditioner. I kind of like something a little bit more substantial with my conditioners. This was just like a regular plain old conditioner. It smells nice. But like in the 80s, I remember having like this Tinkerbell shampoo set or something, and it smelled just like this. So it definitely triggers memories. But yeah, I don't think this is exceptional. I wouldn't get this again. Yeah, the only reason I got it was just to match up with the shampoo. It's just a typical conditioner. I used up one of these L'Oreal Magic Root Cover Up, dark brown. It is a temporary gray concealer spray. I mean, I use this in between dyeing my hair if it, starts to fade or whatever. It's a good product. It actually is a really good root cover up if you're looking for something like that. Nothing more I need to say about it. I will continue to buy this as long as that's something I'm interested in doing. So I already stocked up and have like 2 more bottles waiting for me because I do get very lazy with dyeing my hair. So really, really nice product. Don't love that I have to use that or feel like I have to use it, but here we are. I finished up a Sage Veet Dry Fast top coat. This is my favorite top coat ever. I've used quite a few over time, and I don't know, I always go back to this one. It's really, really good. There is a little bit left there at the bottom, but it's kind of unusable. It's really, really sticky at that point. But I do think that for a nail polish, that's pretty good that it got down that far, because I don't know that a lot of clear top coats even last that long or make it to that point. I think some of them get really sticky even sooner than that, so that's one thing I really like about it. And it does make my nail polish last a lot longer than other top coats I've tried. I've definitely repurchased this and will continue to repurchase this as my top coat. Some skincare. There's makeup empties here too, so just you wait. I tried these invisible acne patches by AOA Skin. This is from Shop Miss A. I hadn't tried those before, and I was always curious about how they worked, and I thought it was okay. Like, I guess it gives you a little bit of security that you're like taken care of, is it? I guess, but I wasn't like particularly impressed. And when you're peeling them off, it's kind of a little rough. Like, it's a little rough on your skin. And I'm not sure that's what makes the zit go away faster, though, because you're literally ripping off the top layer of your skin. I'm not saying that happened every time I took them off, but I can't imagine that's great for your skin either. So other than that, I didn't really notice anything special about these. I will just continue doing what I normally do for my breakouts, which is tea tree oil and this like powder stuff that I have, so I'm not gonna get these again, even though they were very inexpensive. Ancient Greek Remedy Oil. This is a brand that you can find on Amazon, organic, and it has extra virgin olive oil, sweet almond oil, jojoba seed oil, grapeseed and sunflower oil, and vitamin E. I really, really do like this oil. I've used 2 bottles of this, and both bottles have been really good. The container's really, really good. No leaking, like too much of that leaking that you can get with oils. So even though it is a really good product, and I probably will get this again in the future, I just want to switch out of using oils for a little bit. Right now I'm just sticking with lotion. So eventually I'll probably get it again because it is a really good brand and I haven't had any breakouts with it. It absorbs super quickly. So, really happy with this. I really liked it. I literally just finished this today. This is the Caudalie Rose de Vigne. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Hand and nail cream. This I got as a set of 3 from last year's Black Friday sale. I have 1 more left to use in the set. Before using this, I was using the L'Occitane hand creams, which I really, really like and probably prefer to the Caudalie. Reason being, this is super fragranced. I love the smell of roses, and this did smell really, really good. It's just a little strong. It's a little strong. So that might be deterring me from getting Caudalie again. They just have very fragrant products from the ones I've tried. So at least the hand creams. Skincare, I'm not so sure about. Haven't really tried too much of that, but it does feel really good, and I feel like my hands don't feel greasy, and it does still feel moisturized. So that, in that sense, it's a nice hand cream, just a little too heavily fragranced for me. I finished up this travel lotion. It's chocolate scented. And that's fine. That probably would have suited me in my 20s more. That definitely would have, because I used to really like that gourmand, like dessert type of thing. These days, not so much. I'm not really into that vibe. I don't mind that if it's like a little bit less obvious, but this is pretty strong. So I am trying to use up the other one as well. This isn't any particular brand. I got these from Hershey Park, actually. It's an okay moisturizer, like if you're in a pinch and you need something to like throw on your body, but even for that, it's just a little bit much with the fragrance. I don't know if used up is the right word for these sponges. These are from Amazon. I forget the exact brand. I probably had these way longer than I should have, considering that they're sponges and, you know, they carry bacteria and all that. These ones in particular were really nice and squishy, but my skin was acting up a little bit. I was starting to get allergic reactions to a product I was using, and anything that was like really old or just like spongy and like, I don't know, something about that made me want to get rid of these. Not that these are the only old things in my collection, honestly, but sponges, they can make me a little skeevy after a while, you know. I would get it again though. I would. I do like using sponges. I find that they apply things very smoothly, and in general, I find sponges are easy to wash with plain old soap. I really like those. Okay, let's move on to makeup products. So I used up the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus spray. This was in my project pan for 2022. This is a great spray for like melting your makeup together, foiling shadows, whatever. It is really, really nice. I don't need something like this as much these days. Like, I could see it being useful here and there, but I don't really foil shadows, and I don't really find too many instances where I need to melt my makeup together. I mean, once in a while, yes, but I know there are much more inexpensive sprays than this, like the e.l.f. one. I heard that one was really good. So I'm not against owning or having a setting spray. I actually have the Urban Decay All Nighter one, which I know is a little bit of a, you know, bulletproofing of your makeup, and I really like that one. But if I wanted something a little bit less bulletproofing, I would probably stick with e.l.f. because it's much cheaper, and I don't even feel like I need this all the time. So it just makes more sense to spend less on something like this. So really, really good product though. Like, a lot of people use this, so what they're saying is true. It is a great product. It's just not something I need to buy or repurchase at this point. I finished up 2 NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealers. One is in the shade Natural, which is more of a skin matching for me, and the other one is Vanilla, which is more of a brightening concealer. I would use this one under eye. I really like these. They were fine. They're not very moisturizing, I would say. I wouldn't say they're really drying, but they're definitely not a moisturizing formula like the serum one that I have that NYX makes. Wouldn't be against getting these again. I don't know if I would. Again, I like to try different things out, and I don't know. Like, I took the stopper out of these, so these are used all the way through. I don't have any complaints about them. I really don't. It just depends on what you're looking for in a concealer. If you're looking for something a little bit more moisturizing, you might not love these. If you want something a little bit more mattifying, you might. I didn't find them particularly like super long lasting or super concealing. Like, they're not a really heavy concealer, but you could build it up to make it a little bit more concealing. Nothing amazing to say about these, but they did the job, and I appreciated them and thought they were fine. Probably won't get those same exact ones, but I wouldn't mind using them again. I used up this really old e.l.f. eyeshadow primer. I've had this thing for so long. I thought this was really, really good. I think I might have been able to get a couple more swipes out of this, but it is pretty empty, and I don't think there's a stopper in here anymore, so I really tried to get as much of it out. My eyes were acting up a little bit too with the whole skin allergy thing. It had like a little bit of eczema on it. I just wasn't really wanting to put something old and potentially drying on my eyelids, and I was just about done it anyway. So this is really, really good though in general. I've used it for years, never had a problem. I don't know if this even caused any type of problems, but I just don't want to exacerbate any eye issues. So I just decided it was time to get rid of a really, really old primer that I was done with anyway. So good product. I might go back to getting this again. I thought it was decent, and now that my eyes have gone back to their normal state, I would be more than happy to try that again at some point. Because I don't really think that was giving my eye issues anyway. So it was good. It was good for the price. I enjoyed it. It lasted a really long time in my collection. So you get your money's worth out of it, and it's not even that expensive to begin with, so that's great. I finished up the AOA Studio Buildable Satin Foundation. This one is in the lighter shade. I don't remember what this was called. Was it Sand? I don't know. I got 2 of them, and it was inexpensive. It was probably like $2 or $3, something like that. And it was good. I just don't love dropper applicators. I need to remember that for all future foundation purchases, because that did cause some issues. When I would squeeze it to get the product out, some of it got in my clothes at some points. Not all the time. I think that happened twice maybe, but that was 2 times too many. So I started to like just drop it on my hand first and like far away from myself. So that did, you know, make me feel a little bit better, but I shouldn't even have to deal with that. Otherwise, it was a good foundation. A little bit of it does go a long way if you're just using your fingers. I noticed that. But if you use a brush, which is what I usually do, it sucks up so much of the foundation. I just noticed that off the bat. Like, it might be worth it just to use your fingers sometimes. I know it's not very sanitary, or like it can get kind of gross to do it that way, but listen, like you don't need as much of it when you use your fingers, okay? But the finish of this, it is definitely a satin foundation. I did find it to be, yes, buildable, like it says. I don't know. I just wasn't like super impressed with it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It was okay. It was good. It did the job, but I think I like something a little bit dewier for a foundation. So, not going to get this again. Oh gosh, this Ilia lip wrap stuff. I did not like this. This is a sample that I got with a kit. This dried my lips out. This did not offer any moisture at all. Would not repurchase. Also recall using this as a sample before, and I don't think I loved it back then either. Like, I thought I liked it, maybe it was okay, but now that I've tried even more of it, I don't get this if you want actual moisture for your lips. This dried my lips out. Did not provide any moisture whatsoever. Just not a good product. Did not like this at all. All right, I finished up an eyeshadow. This was in my 2022 project pan. This was the MAC Rose Pigment Sample. I wasn't even expecting this to be done this year because I just know that shadows are very deceiving, especially pigments. I definitely am not buying MAC pigments anytime soon. I mean, those things last way too long and they take forever to use up. I have one right now that's like the full size, and that thing is probably gonna get decluttered because it's old, and yeah, they just sit there. So this was actually the perfect size for me. I got this off eBay like many years ago as like a trial thing. Like, they had a bunch of different samples, which I think was smart from like someone who's trying to make money on eBay. Like, they probably made a killing off it. So no, I'm not buying MAC pigments anytime soon with the amount that they give you. No, just no. And I just don't want to pay MAC prices for it on top of that. So yeah, no, we're not doing that. But it was a nice product. Can't really complain about the quality of the shadow or the color, and it went on nicely enough. Rose isn't really a color that I gravitate towards, but I was able to make it work, so there's that. I used up the NYX Lip Lingerie. This is a liquid lipstick in the shade Push Up. I've had this thing forever. I took the stopper out. It was one of my favorite nude lip colors, and it is done. It is finished. I used every last bit of it. I'm so excited. Did not really expect that at all. I thought it was going to have a lot more product left in it, but alas, it is finished, and I would get this again, actually. I don't know if the formula is necessarily my favorite at this point. It wasn't bad. It's not like super, super drying. It is a matte lipstick, but the shade is good. I just have so many other lipsticks I can use right now. I don't need to rush out to get this. Yeah, in the future, it's something I would consider because the shade is really good, and it's valuable to have a nude shade that you know looks good on you, that you can rely on. That was definitely this product for a really long time. It was like one of my favorites, so yeah, I would get it again. I just won't right now. You know what I mean? So one to keep in mind for the future, and it was one of my favorites. It was in my collection forever. But glad to use it up. It was getting old, or is already very old, so yeah. I used up the Nars Laguna Lip Glow, I guess it was called. Really, really nice lip product. I don't know if it's just like the cute little packaging that I love, the tininess of it, or just, you know, it felt good on my lips. It was a really nice smoothing product. I know so many people that love this. I really enjoyed it. I did. I even scraped it as much as I could, like from the inside there, to get the most out of it. I think I got it for like my birthday or something. I don't remember what, but it is a really nice lip product. I don't know if I would buy the full size at this point. I mean, I would, because I do think it's a good product, but I just have so many other lip balms right now, and I kind of forgot about this after it was done, so I probably won't buy this ever, but you never know. It is good, so maybe when my other lip balms run out, I might consider it. I can make a lot of lip balms work just fine, so at some points I wasn't sure if it was like that great, but the more I wore it, the more I really, really liked it. I finished up the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. This stuff is really, really good. It just got really gross because I made the decision to take out the stopper, and it just gets really messy, especially when you're putting it on your brows. Like, you don't want to mess with like gloopy stuff all over, especially in that part of your face. I was able to kind of like make it work by like scraping some of it off every time, but yeah, that's the only thing about it. So there's like a lot of waste there if you don't take the stopper out. So I don't really know. I'm getting a clear brow gel I'm probably going to get one that I can see how much is on the inside, so I know exactly how much is left. And honestly, I don't want to pay a ton for a brow gel at the end of the day. Like, I'm right now using the e.l.f. one, like the dual-ended one, and that one does the job. So I don't know. I probably won't get this again, but the packaging is really nice. The product itself is really, really good. I just don't recommend taking out the stopper, but I kind of do recommend it because you want to get all the product out, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not into the expensive brow gel life anymore. So it was great to use and try. I heard great things about it, and it held up. Like, it's a great brow gel, but I don't think you need to pay that much for one. There's also this Kiko Milano mascara. This I bought for like a more natural lash, I guess. That's what the bristles look like. And it was good, and I felt like you could build it up to make it a little bit more dramatic. And it did serve the purpose of a more like natural looking brow. But I realized as I was using this mascara that I don't really want natural brows that much. When I do my mascara, I want my lashes to stand out. And this just wasn't that type of mascara. Like, it definitely, like I said, it could be built up and everything. So it wasn't like pathetic. It wasn't a pathetic mascara. But I prefer a different mascara that will actually be a little bit more thickening and a little bit more obvious and all that. That's kind of what I like in a mascara, and this was nice. Again, if you're looking for that type of a product, again, this is the Kiko Luxurious Lashes Mascara. Extra volume brush. I don't know if I said that at all, but yeah, that's what this is, and not a repurchase for me. I just think that I want a little bit more for my mascara, even though this wasn't bad. It's like a preference thing. So those are all my empties from the last few months. I will be doing a full 2022 empties video. That'll go up in a couple weeks, just depending on like the time that I have and everything. But yeah, I'm really excited to do that one because that'll be very eye-opening, I'm sure. Well, I hope you guys have a really good new year. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in 2023. Bye.